Insanity is described by Oxford's dictionary as the act of doing the same thing over and over yet expecting a different outcome. But it also describes them as one of Hypixel Skyblock's most grueling grinds, the crystal nucleus. What do you mean? That's not what I wrote. Thank you, Inspect Element. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh, okay, yeah, you're just comically overreacting, right? This can't be that bad. Oh, if only you knew. But what if I told you the only way to get the game's most powerful mining tool was to drop an item with this bad of a drop rate? Yeah, you're seeing that right. That's a 0.0055% chance. That is awful. Thankfully, the admins realized how terrible this grind was, and they added a feature to combat it, the RNG meter. Every Nucleus run you complete, you get 1000 XP. Fill up the meter for the specific item and you're guaranteed to drop it. The only problem is that the Divan's alloy needs 1,000,000 XP, which is 1,000 runs. As you can see, I've done 201 recorded Nucleus runs. It's a little more because I guess they didn't track the stats for a little bit, but it's 201 that actually count, I guess. Which means, I'm 20% done. I need to do the entire thing 5 more times. Oh, 5 more times. That's like nothing, right? Like you've done this 200 times. It can't be that annoying to do. It can't be that time consuming. Oh, if only I was so naive. You see, to complete a Nucleus run, you need to find 5 crystals scattered all throughout this wonderful place that we call the Crystal Hollows. To get Sapphire, you need to give a precursor apparatus to some robot scientist, and he lets you, steal his crystal or something. Awesome, cool, that's an easy one, fantastic. Next one, a little more complicated. You gotta go find the Goblin King, who recently had a divorce or something with his Goblin Queen. And you have to give him an egg. Don't question the ethics of that, but he's hungry and he needs a goblin egg. Again, do not question the ethics. It gets sad. Then he covers you with his stench. Again, don't question the ethics. It's fine. And then you go steal the queen's prized amber gem. Again, don't question the ethics. It's fine. Next, you pop on over to the jungle, find the jungle temple, not the vanilla one. Those ones are boring. These ones are cool. And then you gotta do their little parkour course so that you can steal their crystal. Again, don't question the ethics. It's fine. Those are the mostly easy ones out of the way, and now the next crystal is admittedly one of the easier ones. It's just giving some NPCs some items. Easy. Amazing. But they're unstackable, and you need 4 of them, which means they're a pain to store en masse. So I just find new ones each time in the mass of gold that they get lost in. There's hundreds of these things in here. I don't know how they're lost. There's so many. Once you find all these ancient artifacts, you give them over to those NPCs, and they give you the Jade Crystal. Alright, last crystal time, and if you thought that any of the other ones had questionable ethics, don't worry, this one's not different. Hop on over through the magma fields to go fight Baal, this magma cube boss that's totally not at all inspired by the Lord of the Rings or anything. And once you kill this thing, you're able to take home a topaz crystal. Bring all those back to the crystal nucleus, put them in place, and boom, you have unlocked the crystal vault. All of that effort for some very mediocre prizes. And usually you don't make any profit because you just get stuck with Picconimbuses and fine gemstones. Now granted, this whole process isn't the most difficult to master. It's pretty mindless. You just have to run around this place. But it's so boring. That's why it's one of the worst grinds. At least if you're doing Enderman Slayer, you're killing stuff and you have to be in the game, you have to be focused. With this, you just literally run around and talk to NPCs. It's the worst. And all for the slight chance to drop this one item that you need. I think it's probably time that I actually explain why you need this drop, and that's to craft the Divan's drill. It's the most powerful mining tool in the entire game with a breaking power of 10. Now that's saying something, because the most tough material in its entire game only has a breaking power of 9. You get a whopping 18,000 base mining speed and 150 mining fortune, a stat that makes absolutely no sense to you unless you play this game. Which, statistically, you probably don't. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, is this upgrade even worth it? Why should I get this? It's the most rare drop in the game. Is it worth it? And largely, no, it's not. This is the titanium drill, X655. It has a mining speed of a disappointing 1,600, ugh, and a mining fortune of a disgusting 120. No, 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 no. It's not good enough. For most people, it probably is, but if you want to max this game, you gotta get the Divan alloy. And this drill itself isn't cheap. You need all these materials. What even is a corleonite? Flawless ruby gemstone? Get out of here. Refined titanium? What do you mean? I hate mining titanium so bad. It sucks because it only has a small chance of spawning whenever you mine mithril. You see, we're gonna keep coming on this clip until I get a titanium. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but this stuff is the worst. There's a perk that you can purchase that with like tokens of the mountain, which a whole other thing that gives you a better chance to drop it. But I ran out of tokens because I spent them on other stuff, so I have awful titanium rates. Like seriously, I was expecting to get one by now, but I'm not getting one by now at all. Like this. Oh, I just got one. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my, it's incredible. It's incredible. And guess how much I'm gonna get from that? Let's see. I've got none in my mining sack right now. We're gonna mine this, and we get a whopping 18. So instead of mining this stuff honestly by myself with my own drills, I just kind of flew around the mines and stole it from people like this. I flew around, found veins like this, mined it, and left before anybody noticed. There was actually a few moments when people got angry at me in chat and told me to get a life just because I stole their titanium. They weren't even close to it. They just kind of yelled at me when I came teleporting by. But to be fair, I was stealing. Like, it was completely justified. Like, I did bad stuff. That's right. All this titanium that's cooking up right now, all stolen. For reference on just how terrible this thing is to upgrade, I have the third best titanium drill right here. I'm trying to upgrade it to that second best one. And all of these chests right here were filled with materials. This one's filled with titanium. This one was filled with gemstone mixture ingredients. This is filled with mithril, though only like 5 rows in each thing. It's not chock full, but it's still pretty full. This is still an insane amount of double chests. All of that for one drill. It's insane! You wouldn't believe how long it took for me to mine all this mithril. It actually didn't take me any time to mine because I just bought it. It's that bad. At least it just like takes forever and like you're gonna get the gold eventually, but then like with titanium, it's such a pain. Look at all this stolen titanium I have. And with that being said, I gotta go continue doing all these morally questionable quests and contemplate what in my life got me here. Oh look, my titanium's done cooking.